Hello everyone, in this video you'll learn how to write a letter, a formal letter. It's an official letter. This letter is a standard genre in academic and professional setting. There are many reasons for writing a formal letter. Mainly, it has a business or official purpose. If you're writing for an academic setting, you may write a letter to your school principal or teacher. You can even write a letter to the editor of a newspaper. Or this letter can be written to authorities and dignitaries. If you're applying for a job, you may write a cover letter for the employer. This letter is to be attached with your CV. Throughout the letter, your tone will remain professional and polite, and the language used should be simple, formal, and ceremonial. One of the types of formal letters is a complaint letter. Here, you will address your resentment or dissatisfaction towards a product or service. Through this letter, you raise your concern or seek for a positive and productive outcome. For example, writing a letter to the manager of a hotel for dissatisfactory service. Another letter is one in which you present suggestions. Here you recommend something useful to a company or institution so that they can improve their services or facilities. For example, suggesting some improvements for a school canteen. The next letter presents a plan or a project. It is similar to suggestive letter, nonetheless it underpins something that you initiate. For example, an environmental project or a fundraising drive. For creating awareness, you write letters to the editor of a newspaper. These letters are intended for publication. They highlight issues of concern from readers so that the authorities take suitable action. Next type of letter is a request letter. Here you request for a particular piece of information, permission, or a favor. For example, requesting for a recommendation letter for a college placement from your school, or organizing an event. The last letter is cover letter. It is also called a motivation letter. It is sent with your CV. Your CV presents your professional side. The cover letter shows your personal side, and it also exhibits why hiring you could be a good decision. The formal letter follows a certain stipulated format. You start with your address. This address can be your residential, company's, or institution's address. It can be right or left aligned. Now you will mention the date. This date refers to the time when the letter was written. You will mention the recipient's name and designation along with company's address. If you do not know the name of the recipient, you may start off from the designation. This information would be left aligned. Now you will greet the recipient. You may greet by the name or the designation. Then you will add a subject line. This line refers to the purpose of the letter and it should be concise. If you're writing a response letter, it's appropriate to start with a reference line. While writing the introduction of the letter, you should set the tone. It should be formal and professional. Here you'll also state the reason for writing the letter. For instance, if you're writing a letter to the editor, you will clarify that through this letter you want to draw the attention of the concerned authorities and readers on the issue. There are many ways to start your introduction. For instance, if you're writing a response letter, you may refer to a previous contact with reference to a conversation yesterday. If you would like to register a complaint, you may use the prompt, I'm writing to express my dissatisfaction with. Or, if you want to break a good or bad news, you may start off, I am pleased to inform you that, or we regret to inform you that. This is the most important part of the letter. You will develop the subject here. Elaborate each content point or subtheme into a new paragraph. Keep in mind brevity and coherence. For this, keep the sentences precise and get straight to the point. Also, use wide vocabulary and types of sentences. Use formal standard English and avoid the use of slang or jargon. Be polite and respectful, even if you are complaining. Use punctuation marks that are apt for formal setting. For example, the use of comma or full stop for a pause. The use of semicolon to join two independent sentences together without the use of conjunction. Or the use of question mark for interrogative sentences. End your letter by requesting for a response, demanding an action, or ensuring cooperation. For example, I'm looking forward for your kind response. I'm looking forward to meeting you in person. If I can be of further assistance, please do not hesitate to ask. I'm at your disposal should you need further information or assistance. End your letter with courteous leave taking. Sign off the letter with yours faithfully if you do not know the name of the recipient. If you know the name, you may write yours sincerely. Put signature and write your full name. Do proofread your work. Check your work for grammar, punctuation, and spelling. That's all. If you have questions, you may write them in the comment box below. Bye.